All right, that was a well-produced minute, and that was close to sports as we're going to get today. Meanwhile, Indiana lawmakers pushing mandatory drug tests for welfare recipients suspected of using illegal drugs. So far, you got 12 states already have similar requirements. But opponents of the screening say it will only promote stereotypes of poor people, and it's humiliating. Here to explain why he says it works is a supporter of this measure, Indiana State Representative Judd McMillan. All right, Mr. Representative, why do you think this will work, and how much money do you think the people of Indiana will save?
Well, I think it's going to save a whole bunch of money, and it certainly isn't focusing on poor people. What it focuses on is people who are using drugs. And when people start talking about the fact that it doesn't save enough money, they completely discount the notion that there's a lot of folks who are receiving benefits right now who choose not to show up once these benefits are put in place. And there's a whole bunch of tangential benefits that are realized when you start getting people back into the workforce.
So, but if you're on welfare, usually you don't have that much money, so it might not be wrong to label them poor people.
Well, it might not be wrong to label those people less. You're correct. They don't have as much money as some other folks do. But just because they don't have that money doesn't mean that we shouldn't be making sure that taxpayer dollars are used efficiently when they do get it.
One thing that you point out, and it's been found unconstitutional in other states, is that you're only going to be looked to test people who have a history of drug use, correct?
Yeah, well, that's correct, or somebody who has a propensity to use them. You know, we've had the benefit in Indiana of seeing what's going on in other states, and we've really formed our legislation around what's happened in those states. So I think that we're really in a good position to learn from what's happened in other places and make sure that we pass constitutional muster here.
Here are some of the requirements for you guys. High risk for drug abuse, we just mentioned. Drug-related crime in the past, can receive counseling if they repeatedly fail the test. You're taken off welfare for 3 months. So if you keep failing the drug test, the state says won't say come back when you're clean. Will they offer any type of rehab?
Yeah, rehab is an important component of this. I mean, I think what's really important for people to know is that you can do programs like this in a thoughtful way that help protect taxpayers, help protect kids, and help get people who have drug problems off of drugs, and that's what's really important here.
And you think it'll affect between 20 and 30,000 people?
Well, at least, but again, that's discounting all of the tangential effects that you'll see once you start getting people back into the workforce.
All right, Representative Judd McMillan, a Republican out of Indiana, is all for this, and we'll see where it goes. Thanks so much, Representative.
Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Meanwhile, 12 minutes before we're done with this hour, straight ahead, though,